It's already started. Every fan of the New York Yankees knows that the team needs to get some reinforcements going into next season after a disappointing end to their 2025 season, where they were usually the favorites to win the American League. But now it's already begun. We're already seeing free agency stuff start to go down, with multiple reports already coming out on some of the Yankees' plans. And we're going to waste no time jumping right into this, because obviously now is the time to go over these free agents, to discuss what is next for this Yankees team as they try to build and give Aaron Judge something to use going forwards through the rest of his prime. And we're jumping right into it, guys. But real quick, if you're part of that 73% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Yankees updates. We got a lot of great videos coming out for you no matter when it is in the year, whether it's the season, whether it's the offseason, whether it's the preseason. We are going to have New York Yankees content every single day, and you do not want to miss out on all the great stuff that we're about to come out with. We've got a bunch of plans for this offseason, and well, it's happened. The New York Yankees got eliminated by the Toronto Blue Jays in 4 games in the American League Divisional Series, marking one of the more disappointing ends in recent Yankees history to a team that was favored to go to the World Series not that long ago. The Yankees struggled over the summer and let the Blue Jays take their spot, and when the Yankees came so close to taking the Blue Jays back and getting that American League title, or that American League East title, they failed. And in that process, they would end up playing the Blue Jays twice at home, twice at home and twice on the road as well, but they would end up playing the Blue Jays twice, initially away, games that they lost, and it ultimately did lead to things not going their way, and the Yankees now are in a situation where they're going to have to figure out a way to get a better product out there, because this did not work this year. The Yankees had very limited hitting outside of their top guys, and even those top guys didn't really perform in the playoffs outside of Aaron Judge, who had a phenomenal playoff run, breaking that curse. But also at the same time, we saw Giancarlo Stanton fail to perform, and we also just saw the Yankees in general seriously struggle to find any sort of consistency with the hitting or with the relief pitching. It has been absolutely brutal to witness, and there is going to have to be a lot of stuff that the Yankees go over, and it's already begun. We're already seeing this start to happen now, as Brian Cashman has already begun going out there and trying to find the right pieces for this Yankee team going forwards. And recently there has been an update on a man who has been heavily rumored and heavily reported to be really, the Yankees are the favorites for him, but there's a lot to go over with this situation, and that is none other than Munetaka Murakami, who is a first baseman who's got an excellent power bat, and there is a lot of talk to sort of discuss what exactly happens next for this Yankees team and Munetaka Murakami, and we've seen multiple reports come out about it, as it was announced that there would be a bidding war for Murakami that's expected to surpass $200 million on his contract. Interest from teams include the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Seattle Mariners, according to a Japanese article discussing Murakami, who is going over to the MLB, obviously, in this offseason. Now, the Mariners don't typically spend this money, but the Mets, the Yankees, the Phillies, all 3 of those teams will likely be in on it. The Yankees have a pretty questionable first base situation right now. The New York Mets are gearing up for the potential situation where they lose Pete Alonso, who will be hitting free agency once again. And the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber, their DH, will be hitting free agency as well, so it always is possible they lose him. And then with all that in mind, it is going to be interesting to see exactly what the Yankees and these other teams do going forwards with Murakami. Other teams will likely join in on the interest as well as time goes on. He is a corner infielder. He's mainly a first baseman, but can handle third base as well. So you do consider other teams. I mean, the San Francisco Giants are usually big on free agents, but between Rafael Devers and also having Chapman, it doesn't really make sense for them to go after him. So we will see other teams go after Murakami. And just diving into all the reports on Murakami, it was mentioned by Ryan Garcia that the Yankees have money to spend this winter, and it could come in the form of an international talent in Munetaka Murakami. Some have real concerns about his ability to make contact, which has to do with increasing strikeout and whiff rates over the years. His contact rates are near or at the bottom of the league in each of the last 3 seasons, which could be disastrous if he faces better pitching in the MLB. Ben Rice posted a 133 weighted runs created plus with his 26 home runs this season, creating a situation where the team may not even need a first baseman, which, yes, is quite true. The Yankees won't necessarily need a first baseman by any means because of this whole situation here with having Ben Rice, who is going to be someone who the Yankees can go to and look towards as a guy for their future. I mean, just taking a look at everything surrounding Murakami's numbers, the man has been awesome this season. Throughout the 56 games that he's appeared in this year, he's got 51 hits. The man's been great. He has 22 home runs as well. He's got a batting average of 273, an on-base percentage of 379, and a slugging percentage of 663, which means his OPS plus is a 1.043. He's been absolutely excellent. He obviously was great in the World Baseball Classic as well when Japan won that. So what we've seen out of all these guys has been, or from really this guy right here, from Murakami, has been just an excellent type of play. And on top of that, when we consider Munetaka Murakami and the fact that he is the next Japanese talent coming out, we've seen this work out a multitude of times. Obviously, you go back to Shohei Ohtani. You then go over to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You then see Roki Sasaki, who has struggled a bit more, but he's younger, so you could sort of lean on that. And obviously, there is a common denominator there. All of those guys went to the Los Angeles Dodgers. There is a photo out there of Murakami wearing a Dodgers hat. Obviously, the Los Angeles Dodgers have effectively gotten all the Japanese talent in the recent years, so that's something to really be aware of. But Murakami does obviously, like most people, come with his concerns because the man strikes out a lot. Like, he's a heavy strikeout guy. The swing choices he makes are really, really questionable, to say the least. So we do have to consider that when it comes down to everything. And also the fact that the Yankees do have Ben Rice, who may just be their first baseman of the future. Rice had 26 home runs last year with a 255 batting average and an 836 OPS. An excellent season for the young Ben Rice, who has bounced around a few different positions, starting this year at DH when Stanton was injured, playing a bit of catcher when Austin Wells started to struggle, and also played some first base as well. Ben Rice, it's not exactly clear what his future holds in regards to what position he plays. Obviously, he'll stick around with the Yankees for a while, but it's a matter of, all right, what do we do here? Do we keep him at first? Do we move him behind the plate because Austin Wells is not really convincing anyone that he's a long-term catching option for the Yankees? There's a lot to really go into and kind of discuss exactly what the Yankees do. And as Doug McCain, who's a Dodgers insider, said, I was talking to some Japanese NBP insiders, and they told me that he definitely, Murakami, this says, would prefer to play on the West Coast, but it's going to be West Coast teams versus one team in the East Coast, and it's the Yankees. He'd prefer to be on the West Coast, but he would definitely be willing to sign with the New York Yankees. And if I had to pick right now, I think the Yankees would be the favorite to land him. I think they would be the number one team for Murakami right now. Now, that was mentioned a little bit ago. That was last offseason, so we do have to be aware that things can change, and they likely do fast. And the Dodgers, they still do have Freddie Freeman under contract. The former MVP with the Atlanta Braves has still been just as good as ever. Freeman had a 295 batting average this year with 24 home runs, had an 869 OPS. Freddie Freeman is still as good as he ever was, so it's not like there is an opening really for Murakami to go into and play for the Dodgers. Maybe they'll stick him at third base. It's possible. And then also, with Pete Alonso being a free agent, he's someone who's been rumored to the Yankees. He's someone who's been rumored to leaving the Mets. The Mets will look to replace him with anyone as good as humanly possible, so they continue to spend that Cohen money, which has worked for them not at all thus far, but you have to imagine eventually it will. But who knows with the Mets? But Pete Alonso had a 272 batting average last year, having his best season to date, or one of his best seasons to date, with an 871 OPS, 38 home runs. The man was absolutely phenomenal. He wanted to prove that he could get a long-term contract, and he just proved that he'll get around a 5-6-year deal worth the money that he is looking for after the way that he was able to perform. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly this all goes down. But Murakami is someone who we're going to keep a close eye on, and we do expect to likely be on the Yankees' radar for a while this offseason. The Yankees will probably get involved in the bidding war for Murakami. It's a matter of what the Yankees are going to value. Obviously, if you ask me or most people, the things we're going to say are shortstop and just stack up your bullpen, please. The Yankees are known for having a great bullpen. That's something Brian Cashman always focuses on, but the bullpen has not been good over the last 2 years. It's something that needs to be fixed, and I hope the Yankees do fix it. What do you guys want to see happen in the offseason? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.